Every parent's worst nightmare happened to Karen Matthews on February 19, 2008, when her daughter Shannon disappeared without a trace. All of a sudden, the quiet town of Dewsbury became gripped by the disappearance of a little girl just steps from her school. As her story unfolded on the news, a nation rallied to find her. But the truth about her disappearance is something no one saw coming. Which leaves the question, what really happened to Shannon Matthews? 9-year-old Shannon Matthews lived in Dewsbury, West Yorkshire, with her mother Karen and her other siblings. People who know her know Karen as a devoted single mother who does her best to give her children a better life. Shannon, her young daughter, is shy but spirited and has a smile that could light up any room. Even though she was young, Shannon has a great love of adventure and can often be seen exploring along with the neighborhood kids. Despite the financial struggles their family is facing, their family seems close-knit, and Shannon is growing up with love and concern, not just from her family, but from everyone who knew her. But everything changed when out of nowhere, Shannon just disappeared into thin air. After a swimming trip in the afternoon of February 19, 2008, Shannon Matthews did not come home. Karen was immediately alarmed and called the police to report her missing. She was distraught, worried, and scared that something sinister might have happened.
Police emergency.
Hiya, I want to put my daughter is missing, please.
Right, how old is she?
9.
9?
Yeah.
When did you last see her?
She went to school this morning.
Right, have there been any argument or anything
No,
like
not
that?
at all.
No. Have you been in touch with any of her friends or anybody like
I've been
that?
everywhere I can think of, friends-wise and family and everything.
Have you been in touch with the school? Can they confirm whether
She went to school at normal time at 3:10.
Right. What do they call her?
Shannon Matthews.
Has she been missing before?
No, it's first time.
The child's disappearance launched a massive police response. The West Yorkshire Police, along with 250 officers and 60 detectives, launched a large-scale search, becoming the largest one in the area since the Yorkshire Ripper case. In Shannon's disappearance, community involvement was evident. One of Karen's friends, Julie Bushby, led the locals to join the search efforts by distributing thousands of missing posters and even searching door to door just to find the missing girl. These efforts managed to question 1,500 drivers and search 3,000 homes, which shows the determination of the community and the authorities to find Shannon. Days passed, and still without a single sign of Shannon. Because of this, the manhunt just intensified. The community is still motivated and determined to find her. They held vigils for her, praying for her safe return to her family. The sense of urgency grew as well, and everyone, particularly the police and her family, is intently hoping for any leads that could bring the missing girl back. But days went by, and Shannon Matthews still stayed missing. The Dewsbury community came together, along with the police, to spread out across the neighborhood, hoping to find anything that could give them a clue as to where the girl was located. Karen, the distraught mother, also appealed to the public. She appeared on national television, hoping that this could get more people to help, and more leads will emerge.
Please come home, Shannon, if you're out there, come home. If anybody's got my daughter, my beautiful princess daughter, please bring her home safe. I need her home.
With this action, the media coverage escalated, drawing national attention and drawing comparisons to the Madeleine McCann disappearance. In a way, this was a good thing because it brought heightened urgency and desperation to the search. The Sun, a newspaper involved in the search, escalated their help and offered £50,000 as a reward, hoping that this could get someone to finally speak up and help bring Shannon home. But beneath the surface of Karen's display of emotions of distraught, there are some suspicions on her according to those working closely with the case. For instance, Detective Constable Christine Freeman noted early signs of unusual behavior. It happened during one of her visits when she found Karen and her boyfriend at the time, Craig Meehan, playing video games. This was a particularly odd response, especially from a supposedly distressed mother wanting her missing child back. The suspicions only grew when Karen danced to a pop song that is used as a ringtone for an upcoming phone call, which is very out of character. And it's not just the detectives. Even her own friends are starting to feel a bit off. One of them is Natalie Brown, Karen's close friend. According to her, when the cameras are on Karen, she acts like a distraught mother worried about her child. But the moment the cameras are off, she returns to a state of normalcy that seems to be out of place. She just seemed unaffected. Her doubts deepened when they were watching television, and Shannon's image appeared during a news report about her. Natalie's daughter expressed her wish for Shannon to come home soon, but Karen suddenly exclaimed, "Look, she's famous now. She's on TV. Don't worry, she's coming home." All these doubts were added by Karen speaking directly to the media, which is against police advice. The authorities already cautioned her that making public statements could potentially endanger Shannon's life. Yet Karen stepped outside to address the media, an act that Natalie found shocking and reckless. All these actions brought a question to everyone working closely with the case. Is Karen really distraught over her daughter's disappearance, or is there something else? The answer to this question is pretty close, because on March 14th, 2008, 24 days after her disappearance, the search for Shannon Matthews came to an end. The missing girl was found hidden beneath the base of a divan bed in a house located at Batley Car, West Yorkshire, which is just a few minutes away from Dewsbury. She was alive, but she was in a very distressing state. The house where Shannon was found belonged to a man named Michael Donovan. He is none other than the uncle of Karen's boyfriend, Craig. When he was taken into custody, the authorities found out that Donovan had learning difficulties and a low IQ. But despite that, he played a central role in a plot that shocked the entire nation, all orchestrated by Shannon's own mother, Karen. In the small, messy room where Shannon was found, it was discovered that she was constantly drugged with sedatives and was tethered to the bed to restrict her movements. What's even more horrible is the fact that further tests revealed that the sedatives were not new to her system. She was being drugged for almost 2 years prior to her disappearance. Her discovery happened because of a tip-off from the neighbors who reported hearing the sounds of a child's footsteps in the flat, which is a place no child should be living in. The authorities were fast to take action and managed to find Shannon. When Michael Donovan was arrested, he was visibly panicked and distressed. He blurted out to the police, "Get Karen down here. We've got a plan. We're sharing the money, £50,000. This spontaneous confession exposed the sinister truth behind the abduction. Donovan and Karen Matthews had planned a scheme to profit from a large reward by faking the discovery of Shannon and pretending to find her by chance at a police station.
So, why did you phone the police when you knew where she was?
So nobody suspected anything.
And how would, by phoning the police, people not suspect you? What did you hope to achieve by that?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you said I'd phone the police so nobody'd suspect anything. What do you mean?
I think so Craig wouldn't suspect me doing what we're doing with Shannon, as in leaving him and stuff.
So this again was part of your act, to make it look like you were genuinely missing?
Yeah.
When you really knew that she wasn't genuinely missing. Is that right?
Yeah.
So then the police have come to your house, have they?
Yeah.
And what have you told the police?
I've told them what she was wearing and stuff like that.
Did you tell them where she was?
No.
Well, why not?
Not in front of everybody and everybody else ever got me for it.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell them?
I think the answer in the question, isn't it? What
Why
she
didn't-
said.
So why didn't you tell the police where she was at that time?
Because I didn't exactly know where she was. No, she was with him somewhere, but I didn't know where.
The community and nation were relieved to hear that Shannon had been found alive. But that relief was quickly overshadowed by horror when it was revealed that her own mother had been involved in planning her disappearance. Karen Matthews was arrested soon after Shannon was discovered, facing charges of child neglect and obstructing justice. It was uncovered that she had concocted a scheme to take advantage of the public's sympathy and collect reward money by faking Shannon's disappearance and manipulating the community's search efforts for her own benefit. In December of 2008, Karen Matthews and Michael Donovan received 8-year prison sentences after a trial at Leeds Crown Court for their involvement in the abduction of Shannon Matthews. Despite being convicted, Karen continued to maintain her innocence and was released after serving half of her sentence. After her release, Karen altered her appearance by dyeing her hair and moving to the southern region of England. There, she started volunteering at a Christian charity shop and embraced Christianity, leading her to change her identity in response to the intense media scrutiny. During a revealing 2018 interview with The Mirror, Karen shared her fears of dying alone and maintained her innocence. She insists that she is not Britain's worst mom. She said that she did not kill anybody and still insists that she really did not know where Shannon was and that there were others involved in her disappearance. Despite her claims, both the public and legal system viewed her actions negatively. In the meantime, Shannon, profoundly impacted by the trauma, was placed in protective care and given a fresh start with a new identity. Now in her early to mid-20s, she now lives a life shielded from the public, supported by her grandparents who have only seen her growth through photos, calling her beautiful. Karen's other children also ended up in foster care, with their lives disrupted by the scandal. Craig Meehan, Karen's ex-boyfriend, got into legal trouble for a different reason. He was charged with possessing child pornography. Michael Donovan, who was released in 2012 halfway through his sentence, has now disappeared from public records. The Shannon Matthews case had a lasting impact on Dewsbury, a community that came together with hope, but was ultimately shocked by betrayal. Even after the media attention faded, Dewsbury continued to struggle with the aftermath, trying to restore the trust that was broken. Shannon's journey to recovery was a quiet one, but her strength and perseverance were remarkable. Shannon's story has far-reaching social implications, bringing up important questions about how the media influences public opinion and the responsibilities of journalists covering sensitive events. The attention from the media, although at first aiding in search efforts, ended up sensationalizing a private tragedy and affecting everyone involved. This case is a stark reminder of the weaknesses in our social systems, showing how easily they can be exploited and the serious impact they can have. It prompts us to think about how we can improve the safety of the most at-risk individuals in our society and make sure that the systems in place to protect them are strong and effective. What are your thoughts on Shannon's disappearance? Do you think her mom is telling the truth? Let us know in the comments below and check out our videos on other gripping true crime stories. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and see you on the next one.